It is morning of day 2 on my Snake River Heart Lake journey trip. I could actually see sky today, so it rained last night as well as yesterday. You can see there's some mist still on the surrounding mountains, but the sun is trying to peek through the clouds right now, so hopefully I'll have a drier day today. I'm headed to the Beaver Creek campsite on Heart Lake. That is campsite 8J1. So let me let me pull out the map and review what I'm going to do today. Alright, so if you remember yesterday, I started down here at the south boundary, took the south boundary trail. It was paralleling the Snake River, even though I couldn't see it. This was the junction for where I'm ending my loop. Coming back here, this is actually where I need to make my turn, but I overshot it to get to the campsite, which is here. So today, I'm going to go back to that junction, do an immediate ford, take the Snake River Trail, over here, ford again, then come back up here to the Heart River Trail junction that I will ford again 2 more times, and then join the Continental Trail CDT all the way up to the northeast shore of Heart Lake, where my campground is, my campsite for the night. Officially leaving beautiful, beautiful 9 Mile Meadow. About to head to that junction for the Snake River. Just did one last beautiful pan as I am leaving. It is a little bit of extra hiking, but I think it was pretty well worth it. So heading to my ford. Approaching the junction for the sign I saw yesterday. So this is part of my loop right here. This is the Snake River Trail, and starting off with a ford. One of at least 4 fords, and that seemed a little excessive until I realized that yesterday with the storms and all the flooding, it was like I did a 9-mile ford. Okay, so there is an orange diamond. I did call it a triangle yesterday, but I do know my shapes. That's a diamond, and I mean, it kind of looks like I can just cross. I'm not really seeing a diamond on the other side. They did say that, the ranger did say that those were mainly for stock. So let me just do a quick scan, see if there's a faded diamond anywhere. Doesn't really look like it. So I'm just gonna cross. I'm gonna put my phone away in case it does get deep or slippery, but first ford of the day. Okay, so I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm tromping on a meadow right now, and according to kind of both my Nat Geo Illustrated and my Gaia, it says I'm on trail, but I see absolutely no trail. So, panning back, I just crossed back over here. I can see the orange diamond from here. I'm not sure how that comes out on camera. Anyway, I can see it. So I can see where the river crossing is, but I have not seen anything resembling a trail. I'm hoping this is not like a route that I'm gonna have to do, but I'm gonna go a little bit further and see if there's an actual trail that pops up. So tromping through the meadow still. I still haven't found anything that looks like a trail down here, but it does look like there is a trail, that skinny brown line going straight up, which is admittedly what it kind of looks like it does on my maps. So gonna give this another shot, see if this is an actual trail. Okay, this tree to my right has an orange marker. That's one of the ways you know you're on trail, and wouldn't you know it, if you look at this, there is a trail here. It's a little overgrown. It was way overgrown down there. It looks like people take this trail more. This isn't just runoff. Like, this is runoff. This is people heading down there. So if you're doing this route, just be careful around this section because it does get pretty tricky. Despite my initial misgivings, there actually is a legitimate trail here. It's really well defined in the forested areas, and the non-forested areas do have these markers on the trees. They're fairly fairly well placed. I'd argue they could use some more. I can't really speak for the stuff coming across the ford because I didn't see it. But once you hit those orange markers, you're pretty much golden. Wanted to pull the phone out because just came across the river valley. Basically what I did is I cut over a hill and I'm rejoining the Snake River so I didn't have to go all the way around. So it's River Valley, and that's the Snake River down there. Gonna be crossing that a couple more times, and hopefully those fords will be a little bit more obvious. But I mean, this is so gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful here. All right, hit my next junction. I'm gonna take it to the left here. I was wondering if this trail was gonna be a little easier to follow. That is a big no. So I'm gonna be paying close attention to various clues and looking for orange markers. Right now I can see a little bit of a faint trail coming through here. It should be on this for maybe like 2.5 miles. And this is what this stretch has mostly been like. It's gone into the trees a couple times, but it's mostly making your way through these beautiful open meadows. Occasionally you have those shrubs there you have to bushwhack through. But this trail, even in spots that's been overgrown, has been much easier to follow than that last section. When I get closer to the trees, there will be an orange marker. Some orange markers are more visible than others. There's one I saw several orange markers off because it was big and bright, but this one will probably be small and faded. But no matter, trail is actually pretty easy to follow, even though it's going through vegetation. Okay, next trail junction. So I am taking the Snake River Trail. These are labeled differently on my maps, to the Heart River Trail. So this is, according to that, 2.4 mile section. According to my maps, 2.2. So who knows at this point. But should take me to the Heart River Trail, which is also the Continental Divide Trail. I'm actually kind of excited to get to that. First of all, because CDT is on my list of trails I want to do. And also, I imagine it's more maintained. There's definitely CDT hikers coming through right now. I saw some of them at Old Faithful. The day I picked up my permit, I had time to go see Old Faithful. Yeah, and then this section is the one that should have like 3 fords. So looking forward to getting those over with and hitting the CDT. Okay, ford number 2 today. There's only going to be 3 major fords. One of the fords I was looking at is actually on a spur trail. I can't see the diamonds across the way, but this diamond over here on this tree is incredibly faded. So, I mean, this kind of looks like the best spot to cross. Obviously here, and then maybe the ripples over there. So I'm just going to cross and see if there's another faded diamond. I'm just hoping this fording goes a little bit better than the last one did. The trail's been great ever since that last junction. So we shall see. Okay, so maybe I can cut myself some slack. Straight across from me on the tree is that faded diamond. But I didn't even cross here. I crossed just a little up there, where it's kind of just past that log where it was nice and shallow. That was definitely the easiest ford. Here's the trail. I do not see any markers of any kind, and this is for sure the trail. So, giving myself a little bit of slack for this morning's ford. I think that was just a really difficult, not maintained area. Approaching my last big ford of the day. I'm sure there will be other little water crossings. The trail comes out here, and as you can see, there's nothing. But straight across here, it's hard to see things in the screen with the sun. Yeah, there's a bright orange diamond back there. And there's a orange diamond over here. So to me, yeah, this area might be going over to the sandbar and then crossing from there. Looks to be the best ford spot, but like the trail goes there for some reason. But anyway, this one has two very visible orange diamonds, so I shouldn't have a problem with this one. Been talking to imaginary bears all day to let them know I'm here, but those are actually bear prints. So I'm gonna be saying, "Hey bear, coming through," pretty frequently in the near future. Okay, less exciting than the bear prints. This is the junction for the Continental Divide Trail, so going forward, I should be on the CDT. I thought there would be a little bit more pomp and fanfare there, maybe just like the little crest that says it's the Continental Divide Trail. So that's what I see on the Pacific Crest Trail all the time, even when I go through national parks, but I'll have to do the fanfare. I'm on the CDT. What a difference a day makes. I was hiking through a similar section with all of these wildflowers right next to the river yesterday, and I couldn't film it because it was raining too hard. But today there's blue sky, fluffy white clouds. This afternoon has been an absolutely gorgeous day to hike. This morning was still a little soggy, but this afternoon is beautiful. This is definitely the Continental Divide Trail. I just bumped into some CDT hikers, so continuing on. So I've been walking the east side of Heart Lake for a while now. Isn't it beautiful? It's just been forest. Sometimes you can't really tell from topo maps whether you're gonna get a view or not. My campsite is down by the lake, so I will be able to see it at least then. Until then, just gotta enjoy the forest, I guess. Alright, this should be the spur to my campground. Campsite 8J1. Yep, so that's this one. It's still 0.4 mile, like the spur. It's a little less than half a mile to my actual campsite, and I'm hoping to finally get a view of Heart Lake, which I have been walking around and have not seen. The campsite looked like it was like kind of on the lake shore. It's called the Beaver Creek campsite, so at minimum it should be near a creek. So 0.4 mile, and I'll see what I've got. And wouldn't you know it, there is a lake here, and the campsite is right on it. So this is Heart Lake. Nice beautiful lake. I'm glad I can finally see it. And let me give a campsite tour. So also with a view of the lake is my food pole. I was so distracted by the lake that I didn't even notice there was a food pole, and I thought I was gonna have to find a tree. Over here is the camping and cooking area. Well, not camping, cooking area. So all the food is supposed to be eaten here. Food smells stay here. And then again, over here is the very scenic food pole that comes with this site. So something else that comes with this site that I actually did not know is, I just went back and checked it out. It's a bit of a walk. This one comes with a toilet. It's basically like just a toilet. It's like a toilet seat. No walls or anything, just sitting out at the end of this path. But usually don't have those at backcountry campsites. So obviously this campsite is way too close to the food, which is right here. Really scenic, but it did look like further back here, kind of off the toilet trail, are some more campsites that I might check out. What an absolutely relaxing place to end the day. Pretty cool. Okay, so this is where I'm going to be ending day 2 on this beautiful lake shore that I've been wanting to see for the past couple of hours. And then tomorrow I will be going around the other side of the lake hopefully there's lake views on the other side of the lake. It doesn't really make sense to have a trail go around the lake and not have lake views, but whatever. So going around the lake and then looping back towards where I came in, and I will be staying the night at the hot springs, so the Snake Hot Springs backcountry site.